She's still about to get guap though. Like hella bad. Oh, but 2 died. God damn it. Just kidding. S.W.U.R.V was right. S.W.U.R.V was right.
What's up, people? It's S.W.U.R.V. Welcome to the first episode, real episode, in our new series, which I'm going to be calling S.W.U.R.V, which stands for So We Understand Runeterra Vaguely. This is a deep dive series, and in this very first episode, which is going to be entitled If You Can't Spot the Sucker, which is an old adage in poker. If in the first half hour at a new poker table you can't spot the sucker, then the sucker is you. It's going to be kind of about how a mistake can have a domino effect, but we will get into that. This is actually not my footage. This was given to me by Unhinged, a good friend of mine in the community. Awesome dude, great streamer. So thank you very much, Unhinged. His links will be down below. And when you're down there to get those links, make sure that you like and you comment and maybe subscribe and turn on the bell. Should be good. If you want more content like this, please do so. So without further ado, let's get over to the gameplay and let's talk about it. Alright, so welcome back over to the gameplay section. Once again, thank you Unhinged for this footage. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'll talk about it as each turn goes on. Alright, so starts out here with the mulligan. And I don't really have much to say about his mulligan here. I just kind of... I gotta look at it this way. I think his mulligan might be okay, but greedy. Definitely greedy. I was in the chat for this one, by the way. It was kind of... So, no place for the hero here. See what the villain does. The villain drops a hapless aristocrat. Kind of a standard turn one, really nothing crazy to talk about here. I'm not gonna keep going with it, so let's get on to turn 2 here. Alright, so turn 2 top deck, we see Sonic Wave, which has synergy with the old man there. That 2-drop. We're gonna see here in a second that the villain open swings, and hero should be super happy about that. Super happy. So as I had said, I was in the chat, and at this point, I'm kind of starting to see that he's getting a little bit distracted by his chat, or not by his chat, but he's getting distracted from the game a little bit, by interacting with his chat, which is fine. It's super fine. I'm totally fine with it. I do it all the time. But if you want to climb, you gotta pay more attention, and we're about to see why. Not this turn. We won't see why this turn. Okay, here it is. That's the dream top deck, right? Penitent Squire. Penitent Squire right now, he's got full spell mana. He's been banking this whole time, which is amazing. And he also has the old man in his hand, which gets a barrier when he challenges something, and he's elite, so there's all that synergy right there. So we're gonna see how things go here. The hero definitely recognizes that this was a great top deck. Okay. So right here, our opponent is wisely seeing that if he does want to play as Callista, which we saw that this was like an Endure deck, solo Callista, SI, Freljord deck. Ooh, excuse me. And we saw him play a Hapless Aristocrat in hand, so we should be kind of feeling like a Callista could be a thing here. And by his hard pass here, the villain is basically saying, I have Callista, but I'm scared to play it. Because he saw that there was an elite in the hero's hand, and he got the Tattered Banner to put onto the old man. So he wisely passes here. Since this is where our opponent has communicated to us that he either has no play, or he has a play, but he's worried to play it. So the hero now has a choice. Play old man with the challenger to push more damage by, he can get 2 damage through if he drops the old man and he passes again, our opponent passes again, he gets 2 damage through. Or he can actually just pass. Now he can end the round, burn our opponent's mana. I think that both decisions are fine. And since we've identified that our opponent is holding back, it seems strong to drop the old man and force the villain to make a more difficult choice. So now we have old man here. We haven't attacked. He could still get that barrier at another time. So he's a huge threat. So we're forcing our opponent to make a hard choice by doing so. So let's replay here, or hit play again, and see what the hero decides. He's such a ham, dude. What a ham. Alright, so Hero decides after a long speech about, I have no idea what. I was just watching his gameplay at this point when I was in the chat. He decides to drop the old man with the Tattered Banner to give him Challenger and be that threat, which, as I said before, I'm super fine with this move. I think it's great. So let's see what the opponent does. So at this point, I'm kind of like freaking out, right? Like, I see that the opponent, the villain here, just locked in to this Haunted Relic here, which, when I was watching, I was like, oh my god, this is worse than burning mana. Like, now he's wasted a spell, and I start typing in the chat immediately, like, pass back. He wants to play Callista, and unfortunately, Unhinged, he plays on a delay, so he didn't see it until it was too late. I don't know if he would have listened, but as you can see from the rest of this turn, that he doesn't see it in time, and or he does not listen. I just wanted to point this out, that once more our opponent is basically telling us that he has a Callista in his hand. He's saying that he does. Because otherwise this play makes absolutely no sense. This is way too big of an investment into your turn to not have some sort of other plan. I just wanted to say that you can't see his chat here, but in the chat, what I had said to him was, shut up and play. Okay, so as you can see, Hero swings out here, challenges one of the ephemeral units, and just plain swings through with his Penitent Squire. The villain thought about maybe blocking the Squire, but then didn't, because he realized that he could freely cast his Callista right now with much less fear. The only thing that Hero could have is a single combat. So if he's got single combat, then it's over, but he already committed to his play, so he's really stuck to this line and needs to drop his Callista, which we do in fact see is his play. We can see by the Hero's hand that we do not have single combat, so this Callista gets 2 free ticks to her level up, so she's just about there. So this right here is what I mean by if you can't spot the sucker. And once again, Unhinged, I am not digging at you at all here, but this play was such a risk from our opponent, and if it works, it has a massive payoff and it punishes us super hard. But at the same time, because it's such a heavy commitment with that Haunted Relic in this specific moment, it is so much better to not even think about attacking. It's fine. Like, yes, he has 1/1s, you're trading up, but it's not worth it. You need to punish this play right here. So from here, since he's fallen for his tricks, we will go on to see the downside of what ends up happening on this next turn. So I'm just going to let it play out, and then we're going to talk about it some more. So we can see now that the villain opens with a glimpse onto his own unit, threatening level up with his Callista. We see if we have an answer. Opponent's pretty confident that we don't. So we could see now that the Hero, Unhinged here, has to spend a lot of his resources to deal with this. So as you can see, the massive amount of resources to deal with his little buddy here just is too painful. It's just too painful. So we're going to pause it here, and basically for the next several turns, both players jockeyed for the board and controlling it, trading units, trading combat tricks, back and forth. I really just I wanted to explain this type of thinking and like visually show you how it can be really, really awful if you allow an opponent's mistake like this, or an over commitment of a play. If you let it go unpunished, it can just have like snowball effects down the line as the game goes on. And we're gonna go through, and I'm gonna show you several turns here. I'm gonna show you kind of what it cost Unhinged, and then I'm gonna show you guys not exactly how things could have been, but there should be a decent argument here for how things could have been. So right here you can see how Unhinged is forced to use his Concerted Strike in a very suboptimal way in order to try to reclaim this board while down in cards as well. And then here, Unhinged is unable to get the desired value out of his board, which causes him to lose the game on the next turn. But just imagine if. Back here on turn 4, this Callista wouldn't be leveled up, and if our hero sees a development out of the opponent here, then he's free to use the Cataclysm that he has in his hand in order to take this Callista out, and then all these further iterations down the line that we see from our opponent of Callista would not have been leveled up because she's forced to see those units die in order for her to level up. So I really want to encourage everybody from all levels of play, myself included, to really try harder to pay more attention to misplays that are being made from our opponents. It's important that we don't let them go unpunished, because it can mean so much more than just one bad trade. It can cost you the win. So thank you again, Unhinged, for the footage. His links are going to be down below in the description with his socials, and my links will be down there as well. And don't forget, on the way, drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell. If you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to submit stuff to me, that would be great. I will leave a link to my business email where you can send this stuff over to, or you can just hit me up on my Discord. My link will be in the description for that, and that'll do it. So thank you, people. Till the next one.